riding buddies. This week for my video, what I'm going to do, I want to have a look at what I consider to be the 5 best looking works bikes out there. Now, of course, all works bikes are absolutely drop dead gorgeous because they're all hand-built, one-off exotic pieces of machinery. So we all know how good they do look no matter what. So I've had to really think hard and go through a lot of different bikes to have a look and see what I reckon is my top 5 pick. So of course for this category, it's not about team bikes that have been highly modified. These are works bikes, hand-built, one-off machines, usually specifically built for one particular rider. So kick back, we'll have a look and we'll go from there and see what you think. So this was pretty much one single bike, 1980 twin cylinder RC125 with the ribby front end on it. There was nothing else around like it. Gilera had their twin cylinder as well, and that's what Honda released this for, was in answer to it. But of course, by the middle of 1981, the FIM banned twin cylinder 125s for international competition. But the workmanship and everything about this bike is just so cool, and it's just really great to see. Jeff Ward's 1984 SR125. This is one legend of a bike. Of course, Jeff Ward took out the 1984 125 Nationals, his first national of a very long and illustrious career. Everything about this bike just oozes factory. You look at it from a distance, you could actually mistake it as pretty much a stock bike, but once you start getting close to it and checking it out, everything is definitely factory. I remember looking at this bike when I was a kid in magazines and just absolutely drooling over it. So 1980, Gilera go out on an absolute limb and bring us a 125 twin cylinder motocross bike. As if the Italian Gilera is not sexy enough as it is, you take a 125 and make it a twin. It has to be gorgeous and eye-catching. This thing was not the greatest bike out there in 1980. It was limited to how much it was ridden, and there was only ever one built. But it was just one of those bikes that no matter who you are, you look at it, you just have to think it's sexy. So Dave Thorpe's Honda RC500 in 1986. This is it is one of my favourite looking motocross bikes. It is absolutely beautiful. Typical of pretty much all Honda RCs, especially the 500s, they're just absolutely flawless. Of course, Honda was spending millions of dollars on their motocross program in the mid-80s, and pretty much every works bike that Honda built in this era was absolutely amazing. But Dave Thorpe's 86 World Championship, of course, winning RC500 is probably one of my most favourite RCs ever built. The Yamaha YZM 500 was an absolutely beautiful bike. Of course, like all works bikes, over its very short lifetime, it did have quite a few different changes. So specifically, I'm picking out the 87 model. The way they did the much higher seat that goes right up around the fuel cap just always captured my imagination. The YZM didn't have the long life of the OW series or any of the other manufacturers' works bike model codes, but the YZM to me was always the most beautiful motocross bike ever to hit the track. Of course, the YZM with that beautiful aluminium frame, it was not the first aluminium frame to be used in a motocross bike, but it was certainly a long time before Honda introduced us to an aluminium frame on a motocross bike. So the YZM 500 of 1987, that gets my tick for the #1 spot. Okay, so that's my selection for the 5 best looking works bikes of all time. It's quite obvious how old I am by now by the selection of these bikes. Also, too, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you've got a different selection, let me know. I'm pretty sure that probably over the next month I'll get back, have a look at this video and think, maybe I should have put this bike in there and taken that one out and all the rest of it. No doubt it will change all the time. But so far, this is what I think. Let me know what you guys reckon, and I'll catch you next time.